So we got a Jocat. Is that his character's? Wait, what? Oh no, he's just edited that. I'm stupid. Bro, I'm stupid. Jocat video. A crap guide to Final Fantasy 14 melee DPS. I specifically just wanted to see some melee DPS. Disclaimer, this is meant as a joke and is not at all a super serious in-depth guide to 14. Any jabs I throw at anyone's way of playing the game are merely for comedic purposes only, especially when it comes to people's skill and performance and playing their role. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes or not playing 100% efficiently. Everybody does it, nobody is perfect, except for me. Enjoy. I love that you have to put a disclaimer at the beginning of Final Fantasy 14 videos, because people get mad.
Be a team player, but honestly, I've always felt like the best way to help the team is by crushing whatever obstacle that's in the way with my heavily toned squat receipts. So that's
more
it. No
DPS,
one playing for anybody
baby.
else. I play for me, baby. Any reason the raid wipes from now on is no longer my fault. I only exist to make big numbers fly towards the screen and watch my skill bar light up like a Christmas tree at a rave party. And you—
That's Samurai, isn't it? Yeah, this is the thing, man. Like, you know when, healers adjust, just do more DPS. It's not a heal check, it's a DPS check. Kill the boss, and then you don't have to deal with the Mechanic. Done. Yeah, it's Samurai, isn't it? You get so many abilities, man. I only have like half this many. Okay, I maybe have about 2/3, but this game's gonna get fast, isn't it?
rave party. And you bet your precious patoot the progress preventers will be promptly pounded because this potent projector of pain will be peppering those beasties until your pack is paved with enough resulting pellets that every peddler will pray to be pampered by a more palatable pacifist. Welcome to a crap—
I think what he said... Hold on. I think what he said is that the mobs you fight will wish that they weren't fighting you. I have to do this a lot with Orange, where you have to read between the lines, and you have to... He says something, but he didn't say what he says. You have to think about what he said, and then you have to decipher it, and then relay it back. So I think that's what he said.
Crap guide to Final Fantasy.
I wonder if he actually plays the kazoo for these. I bet he does.
Being a DPS is like being the king of capitalism, because the way you play, taking care of others, is for bitches. Pay no attention to anybody else's well-being unless it directly affects you, and so long as you're alive and safe, you can act like anything bad that happens around you is probably not your fault. All that—
Yeah, because not many melee have buffs, right? Samurai doesn't buff other people, does it? Ninja used to, but it doesn't now. It only buffs itself, right? So melee DPS, you just don't care. Dragoon has 3. Wait, it has 3 what? 3 buffs for the group. Oh. All except Ninja and Samurai. Oh, so Monk will buff the group as well? Ooh. Better hope I don't make mistakes then.
that brain power instead will be put towards what really matters, your complicated as shit damage rotation. That's right, step aside tanks 1, 2, 3 and healers 2 damage buttons. These are where the big guys and gals play. Or at least that's what they like to tell themselves, since—
See, even he knows that healer's just DPS. See? Ninja has a debuff on the target? Right, okay, cool. Got it.
one of the only party utilities they have to worry about is pressing the faint button once in a blue moon. Their hotbar will more often have dozens of buttons,
which I'm
all
already
dedicated
good at.
to big damage. The melee DPS is the most important person in the party, as you are the one on the front lines inspecting the bad guy's anus like it's where all the Hrothgar hats are hiding, while avoiding the enemy's sprays of hot, poisonous gamer stink. Not only are you going to be up in their grill, turning their cheeks into a ripe tomato while flip-flopping in and out of danger like you're a politician making pancakes, you're also going to make like an adult film star and learn positionals. Certain attacks in your damage rotation will require you to land them in specific areas—
Hold on, this is outdated, right? Because you don't have that many positionals anymore, huh? When was this from? 1 year ago. When did Endwalker come out? 1 year ago? Okay, maybe it's not outdated. Maybe it is up to date. But I was really afraid about positionals, but then I started playing Samurai, and I was like, actually, I'll just use True North. No, I've been playing Samurai, and I'm like, actually, I like the positionals. This is fine. This is good. Especially when you actually have things figured out with Melee 1 and Melee 2, which... You know, back when I think... So, obviously, I did watch this video when I was very early into the game. I don't think I probably hadn't even done my first dungeon when I first watched this video. So, it didn't hit. But now, I've done Coils, Blind, Mine, and every dungeon, Mine, and Extreme Trials, Blind Mind, and all this kind of stuff. So, I've had some time to play around with things. And, like, Phoenix, so, T12 is such a good fight as melee. It feels so fun, especially with the positionals. When you swap in the debuff with the other melee, and that's how we did it anyway. We swapped the debuff with the melee before the boss does the fire blast on him, and also trying to weave in your positionals. Really fun. Really like that. Really like that. Yeah, Dragon is 3 positionals. Okay. 4, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah. What's Chitin again? Everyone says rip Chitin. Is a samurai ability, but they got rid of it, but everyone's really sad. I think you've explained to me once before.
Is around the enemy target, specifically the rear and the flank, in order to deal additional damage. How do you tell where those positions are? By the massive disembodied titty underneath the target. See this nipple? That's the front, where the tank will be sucking on the sweet milkies that are tank busters. Which obviously means this conspicuous ticulus on the opposite end is the rear. What about the flank? That'll be on either side of the enemy. And if you're ever confused as to where each area begins and ends, a useful tip on how to tell is imagine there's a big X dividing each of the quadrants. Or you could just press true.
Yeah, because this is... Oh, you can press true north. True. I still am not 100% sure where I'm safe to hit the flank. Like, where does the flank end and the rear begins? But I get that's the cutoff there, so that's fine. But it's the cutoff with sort of maybe being a little bit too far forward. But it is the X, isn't it? But I don't have the X as a visual. It would be, you know, it would be kind of cool. Hear me out, chat. Let me know what you think. It'd be kind of cool if the health, so like this circle, the titty as he calls it, if the titty was multicolored. So the flank, so the rear you do no color, flank is say like orange, and then front that segment is a different color, and then you can visually see like I'm still on the flank or I'm not, because I'm sort of there. Like you say, you get a feel for it eventually. I already sort of do, but sometimes you're just off a smidge. You're like, am I gonna be flanked here? Is this gonna be considered rear, you know? Because sometimes there's an angle where the boss is, like, the rear ends there, right? But then you're positioned in a way where, like, you're doing a slice attack. I guess it's based on your pixel of your character. But you're maybe, like, here and back. So it's like, okay, well, technically, because I'm not right up close on the edge and I'm a little bit behind, like, am I technically hitting the boss's rear or the flank because I'm distanced from it? But technically I'm on the flank, but I'm far behind. You know what I mean? If you're far enough to the front that flanks don't work, you're in prime boss cleave positioning. True, that's true. Yeah, I think if you buy the default battle pass, you ever watch 2 battle pass and at least 1 year's worth of WoW subscription, they will reconsider you for the casting role. You just need to put a little more effort into the hymen community. I don't think Blizzard makes those decisions. I thought that was going to be Final Fantasy related for a second, but yeah, don't be in front of the side market. Yeah. That's cool. And you guys, you wouldn't want to change the color? Okay, that's fine.
North and pretend positionals don't exist like it's an embarrassing memory of that time you did the Gangnam Style at school, unironically. The only time it isn't the case is when the enemy
That's a good clip, by the way. Have you guys seen that actual clip? I'll show... You should really watch this video. This Paul Rudd celery method, it's so good.
You did the Gangnam Style at school, unironically. The only time it isn't the case is when the enemy has a full ring without an opening, in which case you won't have to worry about any of that guff, and you can just sit there like an off-tank who's actually having fun. Otherwise, between hopping back and forth...
Wait, so if it's a full ring, there's no positional period?
These 2 spots and running around catching up to the boss whenever the tank feels like doing cardio, your little wall's legs are gonna get so much working out that they'll be thick as the milk from the teats of a whale made of molasses. Which is to say, expect to move. A lot. But what if I'm not in the right place for a position or the boss is far away? Just remember the old adage. Always be casting! Even if you're not...
NP. I know what to do. I know what to do when I'm at range. NP. I don't know what I'm going to do as a monk. I know you guys said, like, I get a big attack, but then I guess I can do a meditation, but that doesn't last very long. You get a full... You can fill that up pretty quick. So I don't know what to do as a monk. I guess I'm get something. As a monk, you just scream. Okay. That will be really fun to play monk then, because I'll be even more punished for moving away, which means I need to be even tighter. So that's cool. People saying I'd like ninja. I might try. I will definitely try ninja, but I'm pretty sure that monk or samurai will probably be my DPS of choice. But I want to try them all. That's why I want to try and get monk leveled, so during Heaven's Ward, I can... Like, if I can get all my melees figured out by the time I'm done with Heaven's Ward, then from Heaven, like, you know, Stormblood onward, I can just vibe and know what I want to play and know that I'm happy. But I'll still probably play them all to level 90 just because, and then see. But I think monk... You guys have challenged me with saying monk is the most, like, feral druid, and also it's the hardest one to play, that I'm like, okay. Alright. Let's see what daddy can do.
Not able to land your positionals, or if the boss is too far away to make...
Okay. Just dodge, bro.
A melee attack, be sure to always be pressing your buttons no matter what. Unless you're a monk who has no ranged attack and you have to sit there thinking about how your job will inevitably be reworked yet again in the next patch. However, there is
Is it getting reworked again in the next patch?
another secret epic gamer option that allows you to maximize the DPS you output at the risk of yourself as well as potentially everybody else, but it's usually the healers. This technique is called greed. The funny thing about AoE markers in Final Fantasy XIV is that they only ever mark you for damage if you are standing in them the moment they go away. This means that if you're fast on your fingers, you can stand there DPSing the bad guy while soaking in their radioactive orange juice until the very last second where you backflip out just.
You guys saw me doing that yesterday already. I'm already a Dragoon expert because I'm already doing what Jocat is saying in the video. And I was doing, what dungeon? It was a Dusk Vigil? Dusk Vigil. Yeah, not Dust Vigil, that'd be terrible. Dusk Vigil, we did Dusk Vigil yesterday, and I was zooming on the Dragoon. So I think I'm already there, man. You're a Dragoon expert and it flips you off the platform? Okay. There was a lot of controversial replies on a video I did reacting to every single LB3. And you guys told me that monks can LB3 off of a platform. And then I had a lot of angry YouTube comments saying, no, they can't charge off a platform. I would know. I play as a monk. But then I had people who said, I play as a monk and I have charged off the platform before. So I really don't know who to believe because that seems to be a fierce battle amongst FF14 players.
Says the dropkick of doom skims your fuzzy anime hairs and you don't lose a second of uptime. As I said, however, this is a high risk. If your timing is off and you spend just a millisecond too long, you'll be covered in cheese puffs. You might even die, or in some cases you'll have to suffer a fate worse than having to read the entire 24-hour chat log of Limsa. Damage down. Shh, it's okay. Nobody's gonna take away your big damage numbers. Papa's here to make sure you don't greed too hard if you're not ready, okay? Okay. As the melee DPS, you also have first dibs on limit break against most bosses since yours deals the most damage, specifically when they're single. This is because when you hit the limit break button, you're not actually attacking them, just showing them pictures of a happy, healthy...
But it reduces your pass to use the LB, so you always want to be the melee DPS that doesn't have to LB because your pass is going to be affected. Got it.
...relationship, and nothing hurts more...
I mean... Why would we use DPS meters in Final Fantasy? We wouldn't do that.
...than emotional damage. Just ask Arianje. Yeah. But what are the individual jobs whom of which meleeeth said...
Oh, I get that joke now. Hold on, I get that joke now. Oh, no. I get the joke now. Arianje took emotional damage. Oh. Remember when she was lying? She's laying on the floor in agony, and I was like, "All right, guys, I gotta go now. That's the end of the stream." And it's like the entrance to the portal to fight one of the Asians, and I log into the stream the next day, and Moon Breeder is laying on the floor. I'm like, "Oh yeah, whoops, sorry to leave you hanging like that, Moon Breeder. My apologies. She's still there, yeah."
But what are the individual jobs whom of which meleeeth said up-close slappers to thine adversaries? There are 5, and each one is a different flavor of anime and edge. Monk, for those of you who want to go fast, having one of the shortest global cooldowns in the game means you'll be dealing out punches like you're a pissed-off caterer at a middle school sock hop. Instead of the traditional combos, each attack puts you in a specific stance. Yep. Bird, cat, and monkey. Each one combos into another attack that benefits from each...
So I already see this... I have this ability, I have Twin Snakes. I have that one, which is a boot punt. No, I have that one, boot kick. I don't have that yet. That guy's got great flexibility, great legs as well. My goodness. I mean, I know people jerk off to cat girls and stuff on this game, but do you guys ever jerk off to the monk ability models? Because that's next level deviance right there. That's a higher level of deviance that I think is achievable, but wow, must be a me thing. I don't know. Maybe this guy's got some great legs. Look at this guy, great stance, great looking arms and chest. I wish I looked more like that. Yeah. Look at the cheeks. That's not even his arm right there, by the way. That's something else.
respective stance. Your rotation will be all about swapping stances around more than a kid trying sick moves to impress their crush at a middle school sock hop. You also have perfect balance, which allows you to go freestyle and pick whichever stance you're feeling more at the moment without having to do any of the normal stance setup. If you repeat the same stance 3 times during your freestyle, you get a purple token on your stylish moves punch card. And if you do 3 different stances during the freestyle, you get a white one. Do a freestyle with 3 unique moves one more time while you have both a purple and white tokens on your punch card, and you get to turn it in to make your crush dripping wet.
So yes, you alternate between 3 of the same, 3 different. What if you do two of the same, 1 different? Because I guess that's all of the combinations. You can have 3 of the same, 3 different, 2 of the same, 1 different. You get a worse move. So that's you making a mistake, right? That's you failed. Okay, so you always want to do with that, you always want to do 3 of the same, 3 different. I guess that would be based upon what else is happening, like whether you need to reapply a buff, or you need to do a thing, or like a positional thing. Okay. It's an AoE move, so less DPS, right. So you have the same stance, not the same ability. Yeah, so you forgive my, my wording. Okay, cool. You do a backflip that looks cool? Look, there's nothing doing a cool flip can't fix.
With damage, because for some reason you get to kick them in the face. The only problem is you are the only melee without a ranged attack to keep your uptime. And although you do have a dash that lets you zip around like Goku on a triple shot Ristretto down blend macchiato, if ever you find yourself without a target to punch during combat, you can call timeout on your buffs so they stop moving while you have a little cry because your crush rejected you at the middle school sock hop. Dragoon is probably the most straightforward of the melee classes and the one most likely to have a tragic backstory. You've got a
I recognize that scene. I've met Stini in there. It's cool. See, this is why I wanted to react to this video, because now, just little bits. Little bits I know now. It's nice. Right, I think I have some of these combos of Dragoon, but not all of them yet. I think I've only got those 2, actually. Dragoon at level 50 sucks, bro. I think I've only got those 2 abilities. I don't recognize any of these other ones. Oh, boy. Okay.
A 5-button combo that swaps between hard slaps and sakura flowers and a handful of buffs that will turn anybody else in the party into your partner in dragon slaying. What kind of dragon slaying?
Cool.
That's up for you to decide, which you'll have plenty of time to do while you're suspended 20 moms in the air, dropping in like a scantily clad human airstrike who's got a date with Nidhogg at 5 and a party at the quicksand at 6. Yes, the Matanga in the room. Dragoon has several damage-dealing jumps necessary to unlocking special attacks.
I've got a date with Nidhogg today. That's the quest we're leading up to, guys. Stay tuned, because we got Nidhogg today.
In their rotation that will lock you into an animation, which means you're stuck and unable to move out of your location while the boss is just about ready to piss all over the floor right before you land. So be wary when using your jumps, lest you fling yourself right into a danger puddle and perpetuate the tired singular joke the 14 community has for.
Yeah, there's only like 1 joke for each job, huh? Res Mage, Floor POV. Are there even any other ones?
For the class. On the bright side, though, you do get the objectively best job mentor in the form of Ninja is great for people who...
Yeah, Stini is pretty cool so far. I like that he's in the MSQ as well. That's kind of sick, actually, to have a job. Yeah, not every job mentor is in the MSQ so far, anyway.
Who enjoy American football, because for every 10 seconds of excitement, there's a minute of fuck all. Your rotation is all about fitting every goddamn cooldown you can into a small window of time where you make the enemy take more damage. And on top of that, you also have the ability to live out every weeb's dream and do a bunch of hand gestures to cast magic attacks and also drop down into a low position and run with your arms flopping behind you in the breeze, which Final Fantasy objectively proves makes you go faster. You got 3 hand symbols, and depending on what order you do, you will make a different kind of anime.
Flash, Hamtaro. Wait, that's not a real thing. Wait, what? Ice Age. Teenage Mutant Ninja... Okay, now I get it. Okay. I was like, that's a joke, but then I didn't understand what all the other things were. And I was like, wait, Lena Inverse, that sounds like it could actually be a thing. Ice Age, I was like, that sounds like it could be a Flash as a thing. But then I saw TMNT, and I was like, oh, this is a joke now. I got it. I got it.
Anime reference. For example, going Chi Tenjin Tenjin Chi Chijin unlocks the secret dark ending of Cory in the House and causes the enemy to be susceptible to bonus
Cory in the House is one of the greatest animes of all time.
damage. But maybe you're facing a mob of enemies who are immune to A-rank powered life forms, so you'll instead have to go Tenjin Jin Chijin Chijin Ten Chijin Tenchi for 3.
I mean, that doesn't seem... I mean, remembering that combo looks pretty hard. But... is that one combo? Oh, he's trolling? The actual combos are only 3. Oh, okay. I was like prepping up. I was like, right, how would I remember this? I'd go like blue, yellow, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, blue. Damn, I was close. Close. See? I already got most of it. I only looked at it for 5 seconds.
3 seasons of Sonic Underground, which will kick sand into their eyes with how fast you'll be running circles around the slowpokes. More or less, you'll have to do some studying up on what combos do what, but here's a secret cheat sheet. Only the final mudra in the sequence matters. Fuck, it's the skill floor police! Cheese it! Samurai, the job most likely to have a dick measuring contest with a black mage. I'd be careful though, their dad works at Square Enix. This weeb is the most selfish of the melees, as it provides no utility for the rest of the party and instead acts like the average soccer player, focusing on being the star of the show who gets all the attention, especially when it drops to the floor clutching its knee when somebody sneezes on them. Your attacks contribute to a kink bar, which allows you to shame the enemy in a variety of ways, as your katana is also a substitute for a horny bat. So you remember how the monk has a punch card? Well, so do you, except yours is your sword and the punches are stickers. You have 3 basic combos, each one giving you a slight buff and slapping a sticker onto your katana. And depending on how many stickers you have, you will get one of 3 different rewards when you turn in your sticker sheet. With one sticker, you'll apply a dot that'll last longer than it takes to clean your room. Don't lie to me, I know a majority of my audience has depression. 2 stickers will charge up an AoE around you. And 3 stickers will make...
This just makes me want to go watch The Last Airbender again, man. From start to finish. Oh, that's the actual sound effect as well from in-game. That's good.
Each sticker attack also gives you an additional separate sticker. And once you have 3 of those, you get to do an additional... And finally, the Reaper, the transfer student from Garlemald who got the rest to mauled at the fact that they think...
I completely forgot about Reaper. Yes, Reaper exists. Not the not the Shyamalan movie. No, I've never seen that. It doesn't exist in my universe of The Last Airbender. No. The show. Of course the show. Of course. Yeah, I completely forgot about Reaper. People just told me it's a bit easy, which is sort of what makes me not want to play it. Like, I don't know. We'll see.
They're better than the rest of the melees. Which I mean they are, but don't let any Reaper hear you say that. It'll go to their heads. Being the darkest and edgiest of melees means that your job gauge is the Dark Souls HUD. Similar to the Samurai, you build up a bar that can be spent on big slaps. And those big slaps give you edgy boy points that can be spent on additional big slaps. Except this time, they're coral blue number 5 semi-gloss lipstick. Once you've kissed enough boys to build up your fashion bar, you get to turn into a spooky ghost.
Maybe I should play that for Halloween. Maybe if we can get to level 70 really, really quick, we can do a Halloween stream of me playing Reaper.
You do the slice. You do the spooky slice. The spooky slice. Now your swings have some spice. You do the slice. It's just your soul that's the price. You do the slice. You do the spooky slice. And now you know how to play Melee. You're welcome. On the northern snow front of Ilsabad, the land was cold and the people scarred. They sought the void with a daring act.
Hey, you got some good bits.
With the devious pact.
Wait, there's a spooky slice video.
You do the spooky slice. The spooky slice. Now your swings have some spice. You do the slice. It's just your soul.
There's a link to the video again, you guys.
You do the spooky slice.
I like that, man. He should go into music. Yeah, I mean that was great. I like that. I like that. That was a good video. I felt so. Yes, I'd already seen that video before, but I think watching it again now, I just have so much of a better understanding of what's happening in this game. Period. That I was able to watch it just in like a better way. I'm just gonna try all the melees. I know for a fact I'm not a tank. I'm not a healer. I know I'm a DPS, mainly melee. I'm going to try all of the melee DPS. I might try some ranged at some point as well. Like, I really like Summoner. But, yeah.